You are listening to the Full Send Rejects, one of Pittston's top 10 podcasts, where you never know what's going to happen next because we really don't know either. I'm your host, Kodak.
And I'm the other Kodak.
And we have a special guest today. He's been with us twice before, here for a third time. The leader of the Valley Unknown and writer. Writer probably sounds better. M.Whiz.
Hello. How's it going?
It's a cult member.
Well, maybe it's a cult. Maybe that's the unknown part. Who knows what's going on? The cult of the Valley.
Don't tell my secrets right away. Come on.
Yeah, see, I tried covering it up. You're out here, saying the C word.
Yeah.
Use the full government name on that one, Rose.
First, middle, and last.
Or at least, hey, listen, if you're not getting canceled then, or being threatened to get canceled, are you really living in today's society?
We're going to mostly push that limit. But at least a solid month. All right, so first question, your 3 least favorite races.
Should we do that for another time?
3-legged face?
I'll say 3 potato sack races.
Wow, Chris, where was your mind?
On the amazing race that happens over in Europe.
Good save.
What's some other terrible races out there? I'm pretty sure doesn't NASCAR have like a random track where it just does not make sense? I think it's a Florida. It's not
the Daytona.
Is that Daytona? No, Daytona's classic. You can't.
It's a classic.
Daytona and Talladega Nights, you can't fuck with.
It's another left turn.
He went in the pits.
Swimming races post Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
There's less going on.
Yeah, that's no fun.
No.
Rally racing.
I don't mind rally racing. Rally racing looks fun. That's one of the little cars in the deserts, right?
Well, they go on back roads and stuff, and they're doing like 160 kilometers an hour trying to make the fastest time, and it's really like an adrenaline rush.
Ooh, look at me. I know metric. Kilometers.
Don't judge.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Now I'm really stuck trying to figure out, like, terrible races. The nuclear arms race, that was a pretty bad one. Pretty bad for humanity there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, to get away from races here and pushing that envelope, you are here to talk about what's been going on with your stories lately, especially with the Valley Unknown.
Yes, it has been a wild season. Going from nothing and turning it into something that is a hobby that people look up to me now and recognize me in public. Like when I was in Carbondale, someone recognized me. Not that I had the shirt on or anything, but someone pointed me out, and just the amount of people I met and got these stories. I feel like towards the end of it, the Valley Unknown peaked with the last 2 or 3 stories. When I went to the Oddfellows Lounge in Pittston, when I went on Coxton Road and got actual paranormal activity, and even to the Duchess Antique Outlet. All those really... Sorry.
The boutique, that's like right down from our house.
Yeah. The boutique with Dull Boutique. Very nice antique shop. If you guys ever have a chance to go there, please do. They have a lot of antiques. And I'm talking about toys and everything else for very reasonable pricing.
I've been wanting to go there, but there's something about seeing Doll Museum that just chills me out a little bit from going there.
Gives you Annabelle vibes.
I know they're not real. Okay? That's the thing. However, if you go back 2 Octobers ago, we did an episode based on the real life Chucky.
Yep.
And that doll lives rent free in my
What, Rupert?
Was that his name, I think?
Remember the doll that was up in the attic that used to...
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, and the people who live in the house heard noises ever since he was brought in and whatnot. I don't like it. I know it's irrational fear. People can call me weak if they want to. I think they're weak for not believing in it, but it is. I'll get there one day.
I mean, Chris, you have a child of your own. How creepy is it when you walk into a room knowing that your child's not in there playing and one of its toys go off?
I had to throw one of his toys out, actually. It was a Tonka truck fire truck. And this thing would just go off randomly. And I have the SLS camera now. Like, I downloaded an app on my phone, which is very, very accurate and useful. And I just pointed it at the red truck, and there was a figure on it. I'm like, yep, out the door it goes. Here, yeah.
You were the weakest link.
Oh my god, what happened? What, the week we went to Ohio? There was some random buzzing.
Yeah.
What was
I have no idea.
So we're chilling on the couch and we're just hanging out. We're watching TV or anything.
Yeah. We were playing Rummy and watching TV.
Yeah, so playing some games that I definitely probably won at.
Definitely not.
No, I got my ass kicked. Watching TV, and we just hear like a phone vibrating. Be like next to our couch, between like the couch and the wall, like it's like it came from outside. And we're like, what was that?
As soon as we went over to it, it stopped.
Yeah, and like we thought maybe like Cole's phone was down there.
But Cole had his phone
It was upstairs, and I want to move. Actually, I want to move. Thankfully, we like this area. I think Norway is very nice this time of year.
Listen, just make them pay rent. It's all you gotta do. Be like, you want to live here, you want to do shit, pay rent. In this economy, there's no real paranormal shit. Stop having a skill issue, Ghost.
I think it's actually a great idea. Like, ghosts can come live here if they go with a rent agreement.
I mean, listen, it's not even a rent agreement. You don't have to pay me rent. Or at least possess the broom and the vacuum and pick some things up, you know?
Yeah, do some chores.
Clean up the house when no one's home or while we're sleeping. If you can possess a toy, you can possess a mop.
Be like, you're dead weight, you're nothing. You died for a bitch reason. When going deeper into paranormal and becoming an investigator now, I learned just nut it up. Like, I'm like, if you want to possess me, go ahead, but you get in my head, there's some things you do not want to see.
You are the loser here in this equation, Ghost.
No,
you're gonna die a second death.
You think you saw darkness in the afterlife. Prepare.
I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. That's great. But yeah, when I ended story 25, that was the best one. And I know I said everyone's my favorite, but this one was like my deep dive. I got permission from the owners, and just going there really, really opened up my mind. Like, I'm doing this. Like, it felt like me out of all people. I still say that. Walking in there, though, it was just, we set up a meeting 2 weeks in advance, and I was supposed to come in at 1:30. I came in at 1:15. The owner was there, and we sat at his desk. And I just started asking general questions on, like, how he obtained the building, what this building was, and he was saying that it was the Pittston Oven Company, Union Oven, I think. And that building was actually bigger. It went from William Street to Broad Street, but it got knocked down some. Yeah. So after the questions, he's like, where do you want to start? And I had my EMF reader and I had my spirit box. And we went behind the counter. He's like, I could take you upstairs. I'm like, yes. So he opens up the door and you just get hit with the draft of just this dead, cold air. And the steps were creaky and there's a flickering light. I'm like, am I in a Stephen King novel? I couldn't take it all in. So I get to the top floor and I'm just looking around the history of this building and there's people's names engraved in the wooden beams and some are dating back to like 1865, 1902. And there's just antiques up there, and we get up to the top of the stairs. He's like, sorry, I didn't clean up here. Don't trip over anything. I'm like, I don't have enough money to sue you, so that's just right out of the gate. Like, if I trip and fall, it's my own ass.
Yeah.
I'm so broke, I can't even afford to sue you.
Right. So I start taking out my equipment, and I'm going through the frequencies, and I start off at a lower frequency on the spirit box. And I'm just scanning every piece of item, scanning the air. And I went up the stairs to the left first, and there's like old clothing and antiques and stuff. And then I went over to the other side of the room where there was like 2 original ovens from 1905 and like a bunch of other like hangers and racks and everything. So I'm scanning the room. I see these stairs, like these slanted stairs that go up to an attic. And I point up there, and on my spirit box, it has a temperature reading. And the temperature there was 62 degrees at the time. When I pointed my device up to the top of the stairs, it dropped 5 degrees. So I started scanning the room more. I'm like, okay. And I started asking questions. I'm like, hi, I'm so-and-so. Don't mean to disturb you. The owner says there's some activity. I just want to know who you are. What's your purpose here? And I'm going towards the back of the room. And the owner, Paul, he's on the other side of me. And a voice comes through the spirit box. And it says, will be disturbed. And his eyebrows raised so fucking high.
That
kiddo in the background. He's like, did you hear that? I'm like, yeah, did you hear that? He's like, yeah, let's go back downstairs. So we go back downstairs. He shuts the door, and I'm just scanning the main shop area. And he's showing me around. And he looks up. He's like, "See that cutout in the ceiling?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's what's the original elevator shaft by ropes." He's like, "When I bought the building, they said someone got crushed by the elevator shaft." I'm like, okay. So I'm scanning the room still. And then he brings me over. He has like a bunch of toys set up in like a glass case. So he brings me behind, and there's these 2 doors. And there's a bunch of stuff in the way. He's like, "Man, I forgot to put this out." I'm like, "It's fine." He's like, "Nope." And he's like, "Let me just move this aside here."
Just move on past it.
He opens up the double doors, and there was another elevator shaft that's still in operation from 1910. It was like one of those lever type elevator shafts. The whole
back you have like someone who would like run the elevator for you. A nice little top hat or a mustache.
Yeah. Man, see, it's just
man.
that transatlantic accent.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, what a time!
Man.
But I'm looking around, and I have the spirit box going and my EMF reader. My EMF reader's not picking up much. But as we started going down, I didn't notice this until I looked at the footage back, and we're in the elevator shaft, and I look around, and I just make this like exhaustive noise, like all this pressure just got taken out of me. And on the spirit box, I looked up above me, and I took the spirit box down, and what came across it sent shivers down my spine. Something said, "Okay, that's fun." So he takes me down to the basement. And there's actually 2 basements. There's the basement you can actually go down, and then there's like the bottom, like ripped basement. Looks something out of this world. It was God. It was like American Horror Story was filming the title sequence for that in that basement.
American Horror Story, Pittston.
Yes. So he takes me around, and we're talking, and he's asking about the Valley Unknown, and I'm just telling him like what I do and one of my goals is to be and write a book. He's like, "If you're interested, I have 2 embalming tables in the back room."
Excellent.
I'm like, "You haven't tricked me." So he takes me over there, and there's just 2 embalming tables. And the one was from 1895, and it had dried blood stains, and you could probably start a zombie apocalypse with a piece of bacteria off that embalming table.
No, disgusting.
He had some empty medicine bottles and stuff, and then there was a glass, like a marble glass type embalming table that was built newer, like around like 1915. So I'm talking with him, and I put my EMF reader and spirit box on the table and just asking questions. And I just answer the questions again, like, "Is there anyone here? I feel a cold still in the air. Like, I just want to know what your purpose here, this and that." And across the spirit box, it came, "We're here." I'm like, "Where are you standing?"
Oh.
And the spirit box said, "Left." And I just froze. And Paul, the owner, he's like, "I had many investigators in here, and not a single one of them got a bit of activity." He's like, "I'm never coming in this basement alone again." Nope, not happening. He's like, "I'm this age." I'm like, "Nope." So we go over to the sewing machine, and I'm just talking again, and the EMF reader finally, after like just placing in random spots, it shot the red. And that was our cue to get out of that basement. And then we went back up to the floor where the store was, and I told him I'm going to write the story ASAP, and I posted that story, and it just took off. It just took off on the community page. It took off everywhere. And then I got invited to a book signing for the guy that wrote The Suskin Screamer. It was just a lot of fun. That was the best thing.
Yeah, that may be fun and all, but you did no favors of me not wanting to go there.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Listen, if you have to say the words, "It's not that bad," fun fact, it is in quote that bad.
Don't knock until you try it, Anthony.
Well, you got me there.
Do you want me to go with you and hold your hand? I'll hold your hand.
No,
Okay.
'cause they already have a grudge towards you.
Yeah, I don't want to be associated with that. Listen, I already got my friend in the underworld, wherever she's out, in the spirit world, all right? Me and her are homies. She has a good word out for me, I hope.
Chris is gonna walk through the door, and they're gonna go, "He's back."
Look who's back. Chris is back. Back again. Tell a ghost. Tell a ghost. Tell a ghost. Tell a ghost.
That's why I'm not allowed to play Phasmophobia with my friends anymore. I can't take anything serious. Play the game, I walk into a house, I'm like, what up, bitch?
Now, do you ever bring any kind of do you have like a recorder of any type?
I downloaded these apps that when I was talking to a paranormal investigator at the book signing, she recommended me these apps. And the one is a voice recorder. It has a higher frequency, and then there's the SLS camera, which shows the figures. Like if there's an entity there or like a shadow or something, it would show these figures.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the ghost camera. The recordings, it picks up every frequency. If a car drives by, it will pick up the radio frequency. And you could be standing, a half mile away. To talk to spirits, it's really that boundary of, am I going to get a response, or do I look crazy in front of people? I have got recordings before, and it really fucks with your mind.
Well, that's what I was asking, because your listeners, not your listeners, but your readers and everything, short stories today, book signing tomorrow, and what if you can make like some videos or some kind of trailer or teaser to your findings, what, the inspiration behind each story, to where, maybe 10 years from now, you can be writing books and doing paranormal investigations with your own little mini TV show.
I always wanted that, and that was on the back burner. It takes a lot of time and effort to get a YouTube channel started anymore, and with me being in the dry part of the Valley Unknown, I would need people to join in with me. I would need that extra support. I can do it by myself. Yeah.
Now, I may what some call sounded like a pussy this entire time, but I would definitely
No. Whatever you don't let hurt you won't hurt you. As long as you're safe. And Rose, I did take up your advice when I point that out there. When I visit cemeteries or haunted places, I cross my fingers the whole entire time. You guys want to hear about the Pittston Hospital adventure? I don't think I ever told you that.
Yeah, we did on the last episode, actually.
Oh, we did? Okay. It's been a while. I'm trying to get traction.
Yeah, the first time it was like introducing you and all this other fun stuff. The last time we brought you on was for the talk about the hospital. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, so what episode?
Don't worry, listeners. We're just trying to figure out where the last checkpoint was.
We plan on the spot, okay?
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a good one, but just like the fact that you got so much activity in this one place, people are going to listen and they're going to be skeptic. They're going to be like, oh no, what happened? This guy's just blowing smoke. That's why it's another thing to have like those things, even if you can't really understand it, but it picks up something, kind of gives it like a real life.
Oh, this is number 4. This is our 4th recording together.
I was going to say, I thought we did another one.
Is it?
So, May 2nd, we did our first one. And then July 29th last year, we talked, let's see here, your latest stories and adventures and AI. So we talked artificial intelligence. And then September 4th, so it wasn't that long, like 2 months after that, you were back for the Pittston Hospital. So this is your longest break from not being on here, because you're on here almost every other month.
But I think that long break really sets something in stone for all of us. Like, it really let us do our thing. And going into 2025, there's nothing else I could say. Like, there's literally goals and dreams that I have, and I can physically see that book. I can see it in a way where, like, I made it. I already made it, but I made it. And I lost a lot of contacts. Not gonna lie, WVIA, sadly, they didn't respond back to me, and the
Unfortunate
Pittston community didn't respond back to me. It's all good, though. I still have the photos. I want to release them. I just don't want a letter at my door for releasing them. I really don't, but the Oddfellows Lounge was definitely something that I really got into. It happened randomly. That was the Knights Templar. They're a very old group in Pittston that are like Freemasons, but not really. And then Coxton Road, which is my famous spot to go to.
Talk. It's the haunted wiener. Back
Thanks for
its
that.
final spirit race.
Thanks for that.
That's what I'm here for. That's why I bring to the table.
Comedic
Yeah.
relief.
The emotional support friend.
I am the emotional support bird. Draggle.
And I'm your commandant and lifetime companion, the swallow.
Aren't you lucky? Did you
Okay.
say the swallow? Or,
Yeah, as the bird.
So, okay.
If you're a bird, I'm a bird.
What were you thinking, Anthony?
I want to make sure. Listen, I'm partially deaf. I have tinnitus. Go ahead, laugh at it. I approve. That's what I thought.
He's an old man.
Yeah, I'm approaching 30 this. I will be 30 this year, so it's all downhill from here. You know.
I'm being 29 this year. How do you think I feel?
I don't know. I think I just experienced that.
I am closer to 40 than you guys. Oh, God.
And that's why I nominate you for the Full Century Jacks MILF of the Year. Yay, you won!
Yeah, I'll have to give you the details on his birthday shenanigans.
We're having a 90s themed party.
Yeah.
I was born at the rear end of the 90s, but
yeah, we're going to party like it's 1995.
Yeah.
damn it, 1 year before the... yeah.
It's going to be electric.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun time.
Poor livers. Hey, maybe not try to consume 5 certain things at once. Oh, no, yo, that was definitely not you on my kitchen floor.
Listen, that wasn't. It was the wizard. Okay,
yeah.
Take it up with Merlin.
The Wizard of the Valley. You're right.
No,
I didn't pass out on your floor. I just found a comfy spot. There's a difference.
I didn't pass. I just you're.
He found a tray of cookies.
Definitely, we're not laying there. I can do more than anyone. Yes, I will race in this state.
I fucked up my knee so bad. The next morning, I was limping out to my car.
Oh,
Trying to figure out how are you running backwards? How were you running backwards but scraped your knee forwards?
It was on the transition. We found it.
It's on the transition eating shit.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, today we went to a Dave and Buster's, and I start laughing as we're trying to find our parking spot. She's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "Remember the last time we were here? Some little kid got excited, ran for the door, and just ate ass."
Oh my God, I think he lost his front tooth that day. His whole mouth was busted open.
Hopefully, he got one for Christmas. I went for this my two front teeth.
Thanks for reminding me of that night, because every time I deliver on your street to your neighbors, I think of me eating shit.
I remember.
Well, it's a good thing that anybody who was outside to witness it was also completely fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it at that point.
You're trying to take the cookies away from me, and I just kept eating. I ate like 15 cookies.
Oh yeah, you were the cookie monster.
You're the cookie. No. Cookie.
It was definitely a good time.
Definitely a fun time. The hangover wasn't fun.
No, it's like that. You know, they only last a little while, but my iCloud is forever.
Shouldn't back up.
Just wait till you get married, bro. I'm just
almost did that once. Not my vibe.
No,
anymore. No. Yeah. I'm living on top of my shit right now. Come on. I'm working, I'm gaming on my laptop, I'm chilling with my friends online. I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, that's when the girls are gonna start crawling. Milkshakes brings the boys to the yard, but scary stories bring all the girls.
I pay $60 a month for an alarm clock. Okay.
What alarm clock does
a child?
Wait, $60 a month for a child?
No, I was talking about I pay for my phone each month just to use it as an alarm clock. No one fucking nobody just hit me up.
It's crazy.
I didn't say child.
She did.
Oh.
Well, I wonder what thing is $60 when she says child. Like what?
Listen, he can have 50-50 custody, pay child support.
Yeah, but if I'm not messed up enough for this conversation.
We're not gonna get in deep in that conversation. Yeah, it sneaks out the absent. No, Anthony, no.
One of these things doesn't belong here.
Most of my intrusive thoughts. My God. What the brain?
Oh wait, what did you do earlier? Oh no, never mind.
No, that's a whole different conversation.
Anthony's just sometimes.
So there was someone who asked where their papa was. And this is somebody who has a new papa. And it was like nice to hear him like refer to this person as such. But because his original one is what's
No longer here.
no longer here, no longer with us. My original thought process in my head was like, he's with mine.
Oh my god.
But I couldn't say that to a still developing child, so I helped him find his.
So food for thought, listeners. Just know that every time Anthony has an idea, he automatically throws the first one away.
Yeah,
They're blue screens.
Like, you hear some stupid shit comes on, I'll just know there was like 5 or 6 layers that were worse.
So just be thankful for whatever insult comes out.
If there's ever a blooper reel of like what goes on in my brain, like, you know how like movies used to have that at the end of it that had like little blooper reels?
It would be NC-17.
Not NC-17 movies, but like, what was like Bug's Life? Remember how Life had him at the end?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If we had that for my mind,
They still wouldn't be aired.
I'd be
That's why I said NC-17. They would not be put on network.
NC-17. Yeah, NC fucking 35. I don't know. It's bad. My therapist doesn't get paid enough.
My two brain cells fight each other on a daily basis.
Sometimes I'm down
Like-
to 1.5.
I boot up like a Windows 95 computer half the time.
Like a broken down Macintosh.
With or without dial-up.
Dial-up
But
on CD.
Not
Oh.
even 50K of dial-up. I'm running on 28K of dial-up.
Yeah.
I got that AOL on CD.
I got that Morse code.
Like,
So about this other story you were talking about.
The Oddfellows or Cox and Road?
Oh yeah, we were talking about the Cox before Anthony kind of railroaded
And then
the.
all the ADHDs just had a meeting and went on their own way. Yeah.
I'm just interested. Is it filled with like a bunch of like ghost chickens?
You're a ghost chicken.
Fuck. I'm glad I'm sober for that comment.
You have to look over the chicken lamp.
My chicken lamp.
Of course you have a chicken lamp.
Yeah,
The light
butt-
is the butt.
It's
Let
more.
me guess, it was on sale at Country Junction.
I think someone got.
Nicole got it for you for Christmas. She always buys you weird shit.
Well, that's what I do for everyone.
Hey guys, check out my cock light.
My God, yes. It's like a fleshlight, but it's a chicken.
My God.
Cock-a-doodle-doo, how do you do? Here's some light.
Speaking of intrusive thoughts,
And
what
Forbright.
just went through my head was even worse.
Was it
Yeah,
a fleshlight in the look shape of a chicken?
I was thinking more of a
When you finish it, you go, "Paka!"
I was thinking more of a, can you stick a light in a cock mold and will it shine bright enough for you can see it?
So we had this conversation at work. You'll never guess
Oh,
who.
Lord.
You.
Well, like, I'm just thinking, like, what do you got a fleshlight? But like, there's like a little light at the end of it. So like, I mean, you gotta clean up afterwards.
Oh my gosh.
And it'll be easy to find lights and whatnot.
So just grab your dick light and just
Yeah.
like a flashlight.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it says light in the word.
Oh my God. Don't jerk it too fast.
Jesus Christ.
You can get a little like disco ball up there if you want.
Oh my goodness.
It's
Okay.
Are your kids in bed, parents?
This is Rejects After Dark.
Yeah, so the Cox and Road, I planned it when I first started working. All right, get it out now. Just get it out. Get it all out.
Okay. All my jokes are out of the ghost closet now. We are out there. We're good to go. Okay, serious.
You're telling your Sue. Shh.
I'm telling her to. She's over here interrupting you. Like, you know.
What the fuck? No, she's not. Don't put the blame on your wife. Stand
Roll-
tall.
Roll the tape.
Scene 2, Act 3.
You're
Okay.
time out if you throw that challenge. You're about to lose a timeout.
I produce it and edit. Okay, I will force it.
Okay. Okay.
Serious. Okay.
So yeah, on this long old road in Ransom Township between Duryea and Ransom, there's a historical road that I talked about in my first story. I think in my first episode. So I started working at Domino's and I get out at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I randomly posted on Facebook. I'm like, if anybody wants to go ghost hunting tonight, I gotta get a story for the Valley Unknown, but the only thing is it'll be at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And this all started because I got an early Christmas present for my friends. They actually went out and bought me the spirit box that I used for Story 25. I was ecstatic, and I took my gear, and one of my friends, who shall not be named, because fuck them.
Fair enough. We love here, all right?
One of my friends, fuck them.
So back to your hard lone road.
No, I took them with me, and this whole idea was about a story I heard that a friend reached out to me, another friend, and her and her boyfriend were up there, and it was 3:30 in the morning on Coxsey Road. I'm like, God, really? Really? Okay. So, Anthony. Anthony, it's not that bad.
All right. Well, so here's the problem. Rose lost her. It's making me laugh.
Please,
there's a
story with a long
Oh my god. Well,
children.
I got the title episode, long windy roads.
This is a professional podcast.
Yeah, we're so fucking professional.
She told me about a murder that happened apparently there, and they saw this old like 1950 Chevy sedan go down the road and then veer off and disappear. So I'm like, you have my interest. So I planned this, try to go one time, nothing happened. So I invited this one friend who I haven't talked to in forever to come out with me to investigate this murder. So we're driving on this road, pitch black. I'm doing like 70 in my fit on that back road because I love that winding turn. We get to the spot, and we instantly go over to the church and the cemetery. It's around like 2:45, and we start just going towards graves, and we just start asking questions. I had a GoPro that I was using, which I really didn't use that night, but apparently it was being filmed in my ass pocket, because when I look back at the footage, I put it in my back pocket the whole time it filmed.
I hate when you're going down dick and your ass is the one that's recording. Fuck road or whatever this is. I hate when it happens. It's dark. It's scary. Jesus, take the wheel.
So we just start asking the questions like, I'm investigating murder. If anyone's here, like, show us the sign, So we're walking towards the main doors of the church, and the 2 red doors, I walk up there, and I'm like, holy shit, it's unlocked. So I pop the latch and open the church doors, and it was just silence. You can hear a pin drop or Anthony's giggle in the background. It was so faint. So we're in the church, and we come out of the church, and we start walking down the hill of the cemetery, and I have my friend holding the EMF reader, and it started jumping a little bit. And then we get to this one grave, and it just spiked. And I asked him, like, is anywhere else safe, like, to my friend? And then I'm like, is anyone standing next to us? And in the back of the cemetery, I heard a branch snap, like a loud branch snapping. And there was no animals, just us. I'm like, we got what we wanted. Let's just go down the road a little bit. So we go down the road, and I park on the side of the road. And we're standing in the middle of the road, and we're just going back and forth, and we're scanning everywhere, and we go over the empty field. And the EMF reader, again, was just spiking. And we go back to the middle of the road and just do it on red the whole time. So I take out my spirit box, and nothing was coming through. And then I heard a car come up the road. I'm like, oh, this is it. Like, this is like what we're looking for. Nope, it was a Duryea cop. Okay. So the cop sees us, drives past us, goes up the road a little bit, turns back around, and puts on their hazard flashers. And I wave to the cop, and I walk up to this female cop. And she's like, hi, I was just going up the road, and I saw you guys on the side there. Is everything good? I'm like, yeah, my name is M.Whiz. I have this blog, The Valley Unknown. I'm just doing a paranormal investigation of a murder that happened here back in 1963. She's like, oh, I think I heard of you. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, are you part of the Pittston community page? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh my God, I follow you. I'm like, no way, that's so cool. She's like, so you're getting a story of a murder that happened? I'm like, yeah, then we'll be out of here. She's like, well, it's unusual for people to be up here around this time. Like, I don't even go up this road alone. I just don't even go near the church. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, when a few years ago she was up there, there's something that happened that really gave her a different look on that whole road. I'm like, yeah, we'll just be out of here soon. She's like, well, have fun on your adventures. And then as I was talking with the cop, my friend picked up something on the spirit box, and it said stand. And excuse me. I'm like, yeah, I think we got what we need to get. And we left. And ever since then, I just have a weird feeling more, because I went there a few months later after I picked up my cousin from the airport, and I was telling him like how the Valley Unknown is going this way and that way. And he was down to go that night. So I'm like, okay, bet. I got my gear. He's like, you really carry your gear on you? I'm like, yeah, what's the problem? He's like, you need help. I'm like, I try to get help, but no one wants to help me.
That's why you look for school.
Yeah, right? So we went on Cox Road and we went to the cemetery. And I have the SLS camera app this time. And we're walking through, and I go over to Jenny's grave. And there was just a small figure hovering over the grave. I think it was picking up like a shadow from like the American flag that was flying on that grave or something cool. So we go in the cemetery. And I'm talking with my cousin Josh. And I look over, and there's this figure at this grave. And it's just sitting on the grave. I'm like, Josh, come here. You see that shit? He's like, yeah, I see that shit. So then I pan my camera over to like where the fencing was. And at these two graves, there was these at least 15-foot figures that were just standing there. And they went away, and when they came back, they were holding hands. I froze. My cousin Josh had to pull me. In that moment, something was looking at me when I was looking back. And all sound just went out. Like nothing. I was mesmerized. I couldn't move. And Josh was like, I'm going to drive. And we drove, and I took out the EMF reader, and my radio wasn't on. And people were like, oh, radio frequencies can da-da-da-da. No, it really can't. Like, the EMF reader reads higher than normal. I put it against my chest, and it was red. And as soon as we left the area of Coxton Road, when we got near the waterfall, it went away. So something attached to me that whole ride. And my head was hurting. My hands were like feeling on fire, like hot. And I asked Josh, I'm like, what happened? He's like, dude, you had a 1,000-yard stare. He's like, I tried to talk to you and you were just frozen. You were mumbling some shit, but you were frozen. I'm like, yeah, it's just, I'm going to drop you out. I'm going to go home. And that was the last time I went up there, honestly.
Yeah, so I don't like Cock anymore. Avoid Hoxton Road.
It's a nice drive during the daytime.
They often are better during daytime. I mean,
Less scary.
yeah, less terrifying, less scary. I mean,
It's not that scary, though. I don't know. It's just...
oh no,
just
it's
got
got
some-
weird attached to me. No, I thought
I was just possessed.
it was the fucking ghost of Cox Pass attached to me.
I'll send you guys the video of the two spirits that I got on the SLS camera, though.
I'd
Yeah,
like
that'd
to
be
see
pretty
that.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the last few months of the Valley Unknown, and now that I'm not doing anything, I try to update the page, but how far can I update it? Like,
Right.
maybe I'm just limiting myself. Maybe I should have done more than 25, but something just told me to just end at 25. Like, I tried to do 31 from October when we originally did the first or second episode, but things change in people. Lives change.
Yeah.
I lost my job at Benko. You know, I started at Domino's, and my schedule is night shift, and it's sometimes rough. Like, it really is. But I push myself, and I just do it for my kid, and I do it for myself. You know, I've been doing it for 2 years on my own now, and I never want to, like, give up. I want to write this book. I want to set up a life for him and I.
Yeah.
And just
Right.
look back on it. That was my main goal from the start. He gives me the motive to do this stuff, because I shouldn't be allowed out in public with my mind the way it works. It's bad.
It could be worse. That we established I should be locked up.
Yeah, Burrito 2 the best way. Listen, you can
I mean-
check yourself in.
Speaking of Domino's, though, so first off, what the hell? Second of all,
What do you mean, what the hell?
So we're like, oh, let's order some pizza. And she's just, we have some things going on. It's like, let's get some pizza real quick. Go to Domino's. I'm about to hit submit, all right? And the page refreshes. I'm sorry, your local Domino's has trouble processing online orders right now.
The internet was shut off because we didn't have enough drivers. You would have had to call in.
Well, damn you for having a good reason.
She just messaged him and be like, yo, bro.
Also, I probably should
I
have.
wasn't on yesterday, so
You are the Zaw Connect.
The
the
Zog.
Zaw Connect.
The Zaw Connect.
The Zaw Connect. Listen, I get to just sit in my car, listen to music, vape. It's literally the most laid back job, and plus I'm bringing home like $300-$400 a week in tips.
That's good.
Legit.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I have a comment to make about, kind of like how you said you're with 25 stories. Honestly, you've done so much, and 25 stories is still a lot. Even if you were to focus on publishing the book based off those 25 stories, and say you do more, say you write more, you can always keep those stories for a second book, even if it takes you a little longer, or
A season 2.
yeah, the second haunting.
second haunting.
What would be cool, and we said this before, Gettysburg.
Oh yeah, you could probably bang out fucking 3 different stories down there. Oh, now bang is funny.
Yeah.
Go up, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Is there a mirror next to you? Because you should obviously look at yourself growing up.
I mean, we've been talking about doing a Gettysburg trip for a little bit.
Years.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if we do like a road trip between the Full Send and the Whiz.
I mean, there's Gettysburg. There's Centralia, where I grew up, which is terrifying.
Yeah, Centralia is scary.
There are areas around us that has the history of the spookiness.
Yeah.
The one place I want to go to, which is not there anymore after the pandemic, was the Trolley Graveyard. That was out near, I think, Fleetwood, PA. And it's this huge graveyard in the woods, just of all these trolleys, and some of them were haunted, but the owner sold the land and they just took away all the trolleys. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But Gettysburg, yes, 100%, that is the top goal.
Yeah, we
I
would
would
go in there, but just it never worked out.
I mean, what is that building that just burned down?
That was
the
sad.
Anne Frank.
Yeah. I mean, that's an old building. That's a historic building. I wonder if, before it was that, what was the history behind that? And if
It was an arcade in the 90s. It was offices and stuff. I've been in there once for like a flea market, but really haven't dived deep in there. Pittston really protects their building, especially the Historical Society, and I respect that. Like, pulling off the hospital, I still would say is the greatest achievement I ever endeavored. It was like, I pushed those limits so far and got where I need to get.
I know, but as terrible as it was, have you guys? I know I drove past it and saw it.
It's blown out.
It's so sad, but it'd make a good picture just for like if you were to do a history audit and
Yeah.
some kind of homage to a story.
I could probably dive deep into the public library.
Yeah.
Kind of gave me an idea. So I know we didn't really talk about it yet on this episode, but with our new podcast coming out, one of them being the history-based one, we can do some more collaborations over there about the local history here as well.
Yeah, kind of do like a conjoint type of
Distilled Valley.
yeah,
Boom.
history with a pipe and a glass.
Vaping history.
Vaping.
Distilled vapes.
What's
that'd
wrong,
be-
buddy? He wanted me. I was gone, and he's like, "Where's Daddy?" It's okay, buddy. Season 2 would definitely be the one where I really focus more on stories, not just randomize it, but actually look into places to go and just
Look,
keep
I'm
pushing
saying-
the envelope.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like referring to. Even if you focused on publishing and pushing and advertising the book and take kind of hiatus to work on your second book, that we could put more into it and let the first book kind of sell itself while you have that time, and there's not a pressure to come out for another story because you're still riding the high of the book.
It's just the money side of things. I can do it. It's just I need to work on setting up, maybe putting $20 away here and there or something, or tax time, and that would be the next achievement. Because McGillen basically gave me the rundown of what they want to do, and I had to go through a little bit of a waiting period, but they got back to me and they're like, "Yes, whenever you're ready to do it, just email us and we will get it done." It'll be available on Amazon, everything else.
Look at
And
me.
it may go slow, it may go far. Who knows?
Yeah, GoFundMe.
Make a GoFundMe and then post
I-
it on.
I tried to make it GoFundMe. It was just,
Didn't launch.
it didn't launch. And then I tried Kickstarter, and Kickstarter never got back to me. I don't want to reach out to people to be like, support this stuff. But at the same time, it'll be like, if it's a community effort, I would take it.
It takes
know?
a village.
It takes a village to build a town, exactly. But on the full send reject side of things, how's the website going?
So I've been playing around with some ideas again, especially with the new podcast coming out. Because we have, well, might as well talk about it now. Because, we talked about it before we recorded, but we're trying to change how we do things here. So for listeners of the Full Send Rejects who, enjoy episodes like this, where we're just hanging out, we're having conversations, whatnot,
We're still
joking. That's what this podcast is about. For those who enjoyed our more twisted episodes, talking about, serial killers, Albert Fish, the Unit 731, stuff like that, serial killers, we will be launching a new podcast called Vile Whispers, all about that stuff, all about the twisted. We will be recording our trailers, our intros, either tonight or tomorrow, I think. It should be
Nice.
And then we will also be coming out with Distilled History, which is more about historical episodes. I have a few in the works coming out. We're just sitting down, having a glass of whiskey or scotch, and just talking some history. That's all that is. You've heard our history episodes before, but this is also like we kind of focus in on what topics work. Not everyone likes history. Not everyone likes serial killers. Not everyone likes these episodes. So hopefully there's a niche for everyone still be included, and we still have fun doing it.
And then Billy has his own coming out.
That's all that matters, which I'm proud of Billy when he announced that. I'm like, you go, my dude.
Yeah, he came up to me. He messaged me. He's like, hey, so I got a day for a podcast. And I'm like, ooh. And it's really intriguing. What's it called? Remember this, or remember that, insert idea here.
Yeah.
And it's really just going to be a trip down nostalgia lane. He's working the logos right now. He's working on everything. We have the recording page set up. He just has to do everything else. It's really like watching a child grow up.
Honestly.
I'm down for that.
We're all doing our own little things.
Yeah.
Something where we excel in our own little things. Anthony's the history buff.
You're crazy about killers.
I like that psychological twisted bullshit. You've met my husband. And Billy still wants to do more fun, nostalgic episodes. So it's going to be a good mix.
I think the first few episodes, I shouldn't say if I'll let him make the announcement, but they are video game based.
Yeah.
So like late 90s, early 2000s, and then branch out into some more, movies, stuff like that. We're sharing ideas. We're working on different things. But
we also have our 100th episode coming.
Oh yeah, our 100th episode, which we talked to you about already.
Yeah, you mentioned it briefly.
Yeah, well, we're going to try and bring back some guests and just...
It's just going to be like a fun episode. We want to do like debate questions. That way everybody has a different opinion. But just do like fun, I wouldn't say arguable, but
some debatable questions.
Yeah,
like,
some debatable.
Is a hot dog a taco?
Or is a hot dog?
It's a sandwich, Anthony. It's a sandwich.
No, it's not.
It's a sandwich. Yes.
It's a debate. However, questions like have fun stuff. Don't sandwich me. Listen,
sandwich.
How is it a sandwich? The bread is connected.
Hoagie's a sandwich.
A hoagie's a hoagie.
Yeah, hoagie's a hoagie. You're right. Let's take a trip down to inner city Philadelphia, okay? Let's go to a hoagie place, and I want you to go tell somebody, hey, I want a cheesesteak sandwich.
I don't want to die in the street.
Oh, but a salad, are they not? Cheesesteaks use the same bread format as a hoagie.
It's too late for this.
Oh, I'm sorry. To quote M.Whiz, I will die on this hill.
A very short death, but...
So that's the kind of shenanigans that you will expect on the normal Full Send Reject podcast.
And this is episode 97 now, which is fucking incredible.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that. What?
In roughly a month, so early February maybe.
We're gonna we'll get a date together and launch it. I mean, if it'll be easier for you to come over, like if it's for a night, that way everybody's not being, connected through their laptops or mobile devices.
I want to try and get a tuning Billy, because Billy's not. We've been having like connection issues, so
Yeah.
we're at where he'll come up. We'll record a few episodes with him in house, both his podcast, this podcast here, and so he'll make those appearances. But get him up here and maybe a couple other people.
Yeah, and we can order some Zots.
Oh, from where? Let me guess. Domino's?
Can you imagine ordering Pizza Hut and having it delivered by one of the people you work with, and it's not even your house? And you're just...
I will personally go pick it up. If you guys order, I'll be like, I'll just go to the store. I have 25% off. Like, let me just put it in my name.
All right. It's a Zot party.
Yeah.
It's a Zot party. Well, that sounds very, very fun, and it would be nice to sit like nights at the round table and just debate and discuss and just have a good old time.
Oh yeah.
I'll bring my laptop.
I was gonna say
with
we've been for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have debate questions of your own that you would like to throw in and chime in and think that they would be fun, feel free to join and to share those with us, and we'll get a couple debate questions to make it fun. Especially with all the people. I mean, everybody has different opinions.
Yeah.
Piss off the Fallout nerds to be like, Fallout 3 is better than New Vegas, and New Vegas is a DLC for Fallout 3. Oh, did I strike a nerve?
Gonna be well.
Did I
argument both ways? But
I struck a nerve.
What? No.
Oh, you poor man.
A DLC would have been, downloadable with the game, but it's not.
It's gonna be fun.
Man, that sounds like a plan. Just give me the updates and we'll go through with it. And if I have to have my mom watch my kid, I will. Like, that's no biggie. But with the Valley Unknown, are you guys still interested in like having me come on and read my stories? Like for the full send?
That'd be a great thing to do, especially this year. How like we put some episodes throughout the week or throughout the year. We'll just have to work out a schedule. All of this like extra podcasts and whatnot is forcing me to actually use a calendar.
I started using a calendar.
Yeah, it's gonna make things a little bit easier. But yeah, come on and do these stories,
especially for the full send. I mean, we have so many things going on with our other projects to keep it,
of course.
See, what I would find interesting to do is read the stories on here and on Distilled History, do an episode on like the history of that specific topic.
To kind of call back.
Yeah.
Like a double feature type deal.
Yeah. That way people, these people, if they were interested in the story, they'd be interested in doing the history of this, where you got the story from, and we'll kind of double listeners in the different, subsidiaries of the podcast.
Definitely.
Well, that way we're also not saturating one episode with history.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit, make it more content for listeners, because I know you guys listening when this podcast airs, you guys have been supporting them from day one, and keep doing what you guys are doing. Please. Honestly.
Yeah.
Please, Uwu.
We seriously appreciate every single person that listens.
Yeah. And we've gotten so much better over the last 2 years. If you go back and listen to some of our earlier episodes,
disaster.
It was so bad. The the likes, trying to entertain and read a script is so hard to do.
See, this thing gives us a script. If I actually want to input it, I can put a script in here and we use this as it goes.
Yeah, but I'm saying like we've gotten so much better trying to ad-lib instead of just kind of just reading it.
I don't know. This entire episode here was scripted.
Oh yeah, it definitely was.
100%. What are we on page 10 now out of 12? Yeah.
So,
AI generated. Every time it says cough, it says insert laugh here.
Yeah, it does. Right there. Well, there's another one.
Oh man, but yeah. I mean, we appreciate you coming back on and sharing things with us.
100%. It made my night to just sit down and talk with you guys again after going back and forth. We made it.
Life fucking happened. Yeah. And that's about like splitting these podcasts up is we can do this more on this podcast of just
Yeah.
seeing where things go. I mean, we literally had no plan coming into this.
No. I mean, it's
I feel the same.
yeah, it's nice. It's just the end of the year between birthdays, holidays, sicknesses, trips, just
Everything.
family members. It's just been a whirlwind of one thing after another. I mean, we just got back from Ohio and we're leaving again this weekend to go to Pittsburgh.
Well, have safe travels, and you just gotta do. You have to do what feels right. You have to do your daily duties in life, and also have fun with your family. Family comes first, and the podcast is always there to just decompress and just bullshit.
Yeah, this is more of a
But
fun anything.
it really turned out great, and seeing you guys, like I said, going in the new year with all these ideas, and me going into the new year doing season 2, which March 20th will be the 1-year anniversary.
So is that
It's
launch day for season 2, March 20th?
yeah, I think I'm gonna do it on March 20th.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, ball drop. But I have plans to do, like, I was just batting around this idea of like doing a mini series, and the one song came on, Time in a Bottle, when I was driving, and that was just connected with me.
If I could put time in a bottle, I had to. Definitely.
But I've been just trying to settle myself in and just survive. We all survive in this shit world.
Eye of the tiger, it's the freedom to fight. Rise up to the challenge of our rivals.
We're now doing DJing.
Here's a 30-second commercial break.
It's brought to you by Anthony's Random Sing-Alongs. Don't do it.
Well, let me do it for some reason.
Good.
It's like, don't make me break out the karaoke machine.
We have one, so.
Probably not. I'd like to thank you guys for joining this podcast. If you want to follow more of the Plus Sign Marine Checks, you can go follow Ropes and Anthony on all podcast left.
Adrian!
That was funny.
That's good
That's a
times.
great
Well,
way. That's a great ending to the.
yeah, it's a great way to end this podcast. Once again, appreciate you coming on.
Anytime with you guys. It really, you guys are my best friends, and you guys supported me for this long, and I throw the support back. It really is a great opportunity because you guys still hit me up first.
Yeah, we apologize for that delay. I mean, like I said, life gets crazy.
No. Everything is fine. We always find a time and place.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to make more time. And the 2025 is going to be a
Electric year.
oh yeah, it's gonna be busy, but we're gonna make some time for some things.
This is the year we make some goddamn fucking money doing this. I don't care if it's $1. If we get $1 off this, I will frame
Right.
that episode of SpongeBob becomes his first
The
dollar.
Mr. Fastest first dollar. Careful, Patrick. Careful, Patrick.
We have the technology. Awesome. Before we get into another loop here.
Before we spin the block again,
Oh,
Yeah.
we thank everyone for enjoying this last hour with us. It's been a whirlwind, and we always thank you for listening. Please follow us on your socials. Follow the Valley Unknown with M.Whiz on socials. And until next time, just full fucking send it.
Full fucking send
full
it.
fucking send.